Good morning, crowd. Just left Cedar Ranch trailhead about half a mile ago, and in passage 35, man, had a beautiful sunrise. I hope some of that turned out so you guys could see it. That was really, I ended up out of camp late just because I was sitting around watching it and taking pictures and all that stuff, which is fantastic. I sure enjoyed that a lot. Got a pretty solid layer of clouds up above us here today, but it was a rainstorm yesterday, so well, snowstorm actually. We went down to Flagstaff and got out of the weather down there because I would rather not. You know, I'm in Arizona, you might as well just enjoy the good weather, right? Yeah. Which is exactly what we did yesterday. Yeah. It looks to me like we are pretty much out of the weather here. Now, what you probably can't tell, you won't be able to tell, but out there, that way, is the Grand Canyon. And I'm actually headed there right now. I have about 4 17-mile days to get there. Flat and barren, all this. I got 1 day of that. And then 3 more days we'll get back in the trees again. It's a little bit cold. It's funny, in Arizona, when the sun is on you, you feel warm. And as soon as it goes away, you don't. So I was up and got all my cold weather clothes off because I was getting ready to go for a hike, and then boom, the sun rose up into the clouds, and now I'm a little bit cold. So yeah, got to head to a water source out here about, I don't know, it's about, trying to think. I think it's about 12 miles out. My next 2 water sources are both what they call wildlife tanks. In Arizona, they build these structures for collecting water, and then they store it and dole it out to the animals. Now, of course, the cattlemen, they build these big tanks too, right? But the wildlife ones are typically, they've got like a big old roof that they build on the ground, and they collect all the water that falls on the roof into a tank, and the wildlife get to use it. So that's kind of the deal. So I'm gonna get water. My next 2 water sources during the next 2 days are wildlife tanks, and so we'll get to see one of them here in about, probably about midday sometime probably. So we'll get all watered up for the next day out to the next tank. And it'll be watered up then at that point for the next day out, hopefully as far as Tucson. That'll be kind of the plan. And then meanwhile, back at the camper is gonna meet me at Tucson and water me up for the last leg into the canyon. That'll be good. You know, the truth is I've always thought, like my whole life, wow, you know, hike the Grand Canyon. In fact, when I was a kid, my dad had a book about this guy who hiked across the Grand, well, he actually hiked the length of the Grand Canyon. He developed a trail where he had hiked the whole length of it in various ways. I mean, I'm not exactly how much of the length it was, but it was a bit. And I always thought of that as being kind of like the ultimate hike, to go across the Grand Canyon. And so guess what? We're gonna go across the Grand Canyon. So I guess the other thing that has to happen is you gotta get that permit. If you wanna go across the Grand Canyon, you have to get a permit to stay at one of those campgrounds. Some of these really strong people, they just hike all the way from rim to rim. But I really probably am not that strong. My guess is I could do it, particularly if I didn't have to carry anything other than water and food. I probably could do it. Well, let me tell you what, this is kind of a barren landscape right down in here. Look at that. It's grass, a little bit of grass. I mean, we're talking like this kind of grass, you know, like an inch. There ain't much going on out here. There's not much going on out here. Well, I have 1 day of this. And a hike over there about a day, probably, yeah, let's not fall in a cattle guard. Yeah, hike over there about a day, and then we'll have more trees, I think. I think that's kind of the plan. Yeah. Cow country. Pretty much they run this whole place for cows, I think, down out here. You can see it. That's why the cattle guard. We're finally leaving the road. I've been road walking all morning. It's about 8:30, so I had 2.5, 3 hours on the road. And now we got a trail to walk on. And it's nice. I like it. I suspect we're gonna go that way, which is where I see it going. It's, you know, nice, soft earth, flat as can be. Yeah, it's gonna be okay, I think. Well, this is my water source for today. The water was collected off of that roof. And that one over there too. There's quite a lot of water in there. It's very good. It is a little bit of a lettuce growing in there too, but you know what? That's good stuff. Well, good morning, everybody. Got a beautiful morning. The sun is just coming up. Got about 3 miles to Kaibab National Forest, which is, of course, the forest that has the canyon in it. I got 11.8 miles to the next water source. And at Kaibab National Forest, we go to the next passage, which is passage 36. Pretty much yesterday, we walked across. I don't know if you can see. Look way the heck over there. I don't know what you can see in the distance. There's a mountain over there, but that is the mountain I came across. Just that right-hand edge of that thing, way up high, almost 9,000 feet. Top of it's 12.6, I think. Now we're clear the heck out here. And we've crossed a big old flat area without any trees yesterday, and boy, it was windy and cold. Kind of a nasty day to be doing that. Pretty exposed, blowing hard. And then, funny thing, about a mile before I got to where I was supposed to be going last night, I already picked up all my water, got everything done, hiking in, doing good. And I started feeling really tired. And then I started feeling really weak. And then I was like half a mile from where I was going, and I just had to take like 2 breaks in the last half a mile, which is, you know, that's not exactly, you know, how you want to have to do it. And I got there just to the spot that I was going to. And I was just going to go a little bit farther, like half a mile farther or something. And I had already taken a couple breaks. I leaned on this tree over there, kind of put my backpack up on a limb so that I wasn't having to hold it up. And I'm not sure what happened, whether I fell asleep or I passed out or what, I don't know. All I know is that I woke up face down, basically right next to the trail. Big old stick sticking in my leg. That's what woke me up. It was hurting, you know, the stick had stuck me. And I thought, dang, what is wrong with me? I tried to get up. I couldn't even push myself up with the pack on. I was sick. Started shaking, had diarrhea, wanted to vomit. I was ill, and I have no idea what happened to me, but I was feeling terrible. Got the pack, managed to toddle about, I don't know, 100 feet from where I was. Finally found a spot I thought I could put up my tent. Got the tent up. Just crawled in there and literally I was out for like 3 hours. Didn't even know what happened. I mean, I don't know what was going on. What a deal. Shaking, you know, the whole bit when you got a fever, you know, just really feeling poorly. Now this morning I get up, you know what, and I have a bit of a sore throat. I have an occasional light cough, you know, not feeling bad at all. I wonder if I was just getting a cold, you know. Anyhow, we'll see how it goes today. I got another, like I said, 11.8 miles to water. 11.8 miles to water, and I need to go 17 miles altogether. So we'll see how I do today. I can tell you that. Anyway, that's the story that I had about yesterday. Boy, I tell you what, that is sure a beautiful mountain over there, Humphrey's Peak. Zoom it in. Yeah. Well, it's not exactly just right, but yeah, that's where we were at. What would that have been? 1, 2, 3 days ago. Alpha Fia tank was right up on the edge of there. Pretty cool, huh? Well, we just passed Moqui, M-O-Q-U-I, stage station, and that puts us in passage 36. Yeah, I got about, actually somebody had brought out some water. I put it there. It's pretty nice, 4 gallons of water there. I mean, I got enough water to get to the next place, so I'm not gonna take it. Yeah, at any rate, yeah, we are still just pitter-pattering along here through the trees. It's kind of neat to see the trees are getting bigger and bigger as you go. Kind of neat to see. Tell you what, I wish I had a botanist with me to tell me what the names of these trees are. I'm just curious. I'd like to know. I know what one of them is, but the others, cannot tell for sure. I just don't know. At any rate, passage 36, off we go. Look at that tree behind me there. See that guy? That is a yellow pine tree. And that is the first yellow pine tree I've seen since clear back up on that mountain back there. Right there. There's the second yellow pine tree as we gain more elevation. So basically, you get to see a new microclimate pretty much every day, which is kind of cool. And one thing, I don't know if you have noticed, you probably wouldn't have, but if you look back behind me back there, all of the trees are slightly bent this way. From straight up to this way, all the way back, everywhere, all along here. Which just tells you that it's a pretty windy place in the wintertime probably, and all of the trees are getting bent over a little bit by the wind. So there's always something fun to see out in the woods. You know, I enjoy it. Even out in the desert, there's always something fun to see. Always neat things to see. So yeah, that's pretty fun. I looked out earlier today and I could see way, way, way out there a fire tower that they used to use for spotting fires back in the day. It was 38 miles away that direction. And that thing is not far from the canyon. I know that just because I've paid attention to the terrain around here. And so, you know, we're closer to that than we were, and we're getting closer to the canyon too. Kind of cool. Making progress. Well, good morning everybody. If you look way the heck out there, you can see the Grand Canyon over there. Look at that, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know we'd get a chance to see it before we got there. Probably won't see much of it. I don't know, let's see if we can't get it to focus over there. It's right all along there. You can see the rim of it over those trees right there. Am I pointing at it? Right in there. And let's see, it's right out through them trees right there. Right there. You can just see the very top. The north rim is what you're seeing from here. And so, yeah, it's cool. I mean, we're out in the woods. We're right at the edge. I mean, the truth is, before the day's over, I'll be hiking along the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Although not at a point where you can see over the edge. That won't happen till, we won't be able to see over the edge probably till day after tomorrow when we actually start walking down in there. Now today, hiking on my way to Tucson. It's kind of the last little town you run into just before the Grand Canyon. Won't make that today, I don't think. It's about 22 or 3 miles still. A little too far for me, but once we get over there, I'll get a large portion of that done today. Unfortunately, I got to get water right up here about, I don't know, about 3 miles is probably up ahead of me. And I'm gonna have to pack water for tonight and all day tomorrow, this afternoon, however far I go. So it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. I hate packing large amounts of water for long distances. That is just no fun at all. But we'll be doing that this afternoon. And because basically there's no water. Once you hit the south rim, there's that wild horse. There he goes. Well, good morning everybody. Just the last of a sunrise going on back there. Probably can see a little bit of it behind me here and there. Not much. It was pretty good when it was new. I am in passage 37. Across from 36 to 37 back there at that Grand View Tower back there. I'm not exactly sure. I suspect that the next passage probably starts at the canyon, I imagine, but I don't know that. Didn't look. But anyway, today we hike out to Tucson. We're gonna walk the canyon north to south. That way, at least I get the benefit on the knees of going up the steep side instead of down it. Both sides are steep, it doesn't matter, but nonetheless. And I will also have the benefit, well, see, unfortunately, right now we're a little too early to drive to the north rim. So basically that chunk of ground, it's from Jacob Lake. Jacob Lake is where the gate is closed going to the north rim. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I think I got this about right. It's like 71 miles from Jacob Lake through the canyon into the south rim. They're not going to open that. They don't open that section of road until like the 15th of May, and we'll be done by then. So that's the plan. As you note, lots of road walking, so that's good. I like walking on roads. Roads are good for me. All right, we'll talk to you later. Got some walking to do. Well, here we are. Look back there, that looks like a town. I don't know if you can see it. Where's it at? Yeah, it's right back there. You can see it behind me, down the way. Can't tell if you can see it, but I think you can. It's right there, a few cars coming. This is Tucson. I was just reflecting, you know, I've been out in the woods so much that I kind of enjoyed walking around in Tucson. In fact, there's a trail right over there, I could be walking on it. But instead, I'm walking right up this sidewalk where I'm going just because, well, I haven't been on a sidewalk for a while. It's kind of really nice on your feet. It's pretty soft, well, smooth. Not that soft, but really smooth. I was really tempted to go down to McDonald's and get some breakfast burritos. Could probably eat about 5 of them this morning. Woo! Am I hungry? Am I hungry? It's only 8 o'clock. Still an hour till snack time. I already ate all my snacks except for one. So, yeah, that's it. So basically, straight down this road, and I think it's about 7 miles. I'm gonna hit the canyon. At that point, I'm done for the day. So, pretty short day today. Pretty short day. Oh, here they come. Yay, they found me.